All right, Daniele Calabrese from Taboola. I didn't know if the E was silent at the end. Calabrese. But you are, yes. So Taboola, we're also happy to welcome them to the event, I believe for the first time as well, if I'm not mistaken. And please welcome Daniel.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Daniele. I'm the last one to present today, so I'll try to make it as entertaining, as interesting as possible, and then all of us going into drinks. I am a part of the management team in APAC, based in Bangkok, where we have a regional office for Taboola. What is Taboola and what I'm going to be talking about? Well, for the next 15 to 20 minutes, including your questions, we're going to be talking about something basically we all know about, but we just have a refresh. So everybody talks about search, and we all work with Google, and we all use Google and business users of Google. We all talk about social and Facebook for us and for many other forms of social network. There is a third thing that all of us do, and we'll talk about it. It's discovery, and we do discovery on the open web. That's what Taboola is, discovery in the open web. We are all explorers. All of us spend time, open a web page or mobile web page, and we look for something. We read something, it's interesting, it's about our health, our economy, our positions, our families, our business, our careers, and we look for something. Well, Taboola is a discovery platform. You've seen us before, we've seen you before, because we work with exclusive agreements with many publishers around the world, many websites around the world. We'll talk about that. I'll show you some of the ones that are relevant in our region. And we bring this experience to the open web. The feed experience that we're all familiar with on Facebook. We power hundreds of thousands of websites around the world with this experience. In this experience, we create discovery, and we'll talk about that. We are all explorers, right? I mean, these are the time where a few years ago, we were looking and searching into one of the first interfaces for looking for content and things to explore. What is the basic of discovery today, 2020? Well, deep learning and AI, everybody talks about that. So the capacity to absorb a huge volume of data, process the data, and create personalized experience for the user. The feed that you just seen, it's unique to all of us every single time we open a web page. Relevant, because if I finish reading an article and I want to discover something next, there has to be something that tells me something that I'm interested in. And it has to be at the right time. I can open a website at 5 a.m. in the morning, after lunch, before going to bed. All of us have different interests, so it has to be delivered, personalized at the right time. And we call it the moment of next. We go to an article, we read, we think about what to do next. Taboola fills that void. And we create an experience that delivers that discovery moment to the end user. And it delivers that, in a user interface that it's really embracing the user. This is an display ad that you're all familiar with, kind of intrusive, on top of the page. I need to look for the X to remove. That's how it looks in Taboola. What we call the native advertising, native UI. Why are we talking about all of this? And what do we do really with our time? That's the search we did with Nielsen, public data. We spend 20% of our time on social. We spend 20% of our time on search. We spend another kind of 40% between entertainment apps, chat apps, and the things we need to communicate with our family, friends, business, and so on and so forth. But we spend 20% of our time on the open web, on websites, which, again, go back to the basic of where we started, like, say, 25 years ago. That 20% of the time where Taboola lives, it's actually only getting 5% of the dollars. So the interesting thing is like the duo social plus search gets almost 80%, and you all know that, 75 to 80% of the dollars. But we all spend 20% of our time there. So it's a great place to place ads, to engage with your users when it comes to advertising, and get both engaged users, new users, and retargeting users. How do we do this? With incredible large scale. So the company was created in Israel 12 years ago now, and it grew dramatically fast. We actually see half of the internet every day. Almost 1.5 billion users. So we reach a huge, tremendous amount of users because we are embedded exclusively at the bottom of the page of over 20,000 publishers. And even more stunning information is like we actually generate 500 billion recommendations per month, which basically means that every single second we generate a huge amount of personalized feed experience with content from the publishers and content from advertisers at a given time. And that's where the stories of the advertisers go. These are some of our global partners. I mean, I'm showing some of these logos to give you a sense of magnitude. And all of these are exclusive agreements. We work with them 1, 2, 3, 5, even 10 years. And that's exclusive placement. We work with them in a huge variety, giving them data, information, and so forth, to understand and really grow the publishing business and the media business, and ultimately actually open journalism. These are some of the publishers that we have in Japan, in India, in Australia, New Zealand. As you can see, there is a variety of news sites, entertainment sites, sports sites, lifestyle, and so on and so forth. So when we go into working with advertisers and media companies to support them in their effort to get new users, expose users, and retargeting users, we'll do it at any given moment or the moment of next in any form of interaction with different type of content. Thailand, and so forth. More to the technical side, we actually work performance-based. So our ads are both on CPC, pay-per-click. So there is a huge opportunity for visibility of brands and small and medium enterprise that wants to get their voices heard. And then the actual payment, it's based on performance. So we really want to drive performance clicks down to the conversions. And we do it in different ways. You know, we can target really with different, mostly audiences, industry, platform, including the capacity for the algorithm itself to look for users that are most likely to click at any given time of the day. Lots of work with SMBs. You've seen here some of the campaigns. You know, we picked some that are relevant for you, for this audience, both in Israel, in Europe, in the US. As you can see, it's all about driving performance, conversions, completion rates, you know, decreasing acquisition costs, and so forth. All critical KPIs to SMBs. And the same goes there, you know, acquisition of users, retargeting, and so on and so forth. I'd like to share with you a story of fantastic, you know, success we had. We are proud of that because we were able to really lift and bring, you know, up for like a digital brand. So I'll show you quickly the video, if I'm able to pull it.
Oh, this is the way that typical headphones sound. It's true. I'm Davis Roberts, the founder of Flare Audio. The reason that people like Flares Pro is because it's a mirror image of the sound that's been laid down in the electronics. They're actually hearing everything as it should be. We were working really hard on our technology, and we realised that once we completed our earphone that it was an amazing product, and then it was all about trying to find ways to get that product out there. And that's where Taboola came in. The reason Taboola is so good is they have so much reach, and they have control over that reach. Taboola is on the majority of the world's best websites. It's designed with little widgets that sit on sites, so as you go through a website, ads fit natively. We want people to see our advert and think, that's a solution to my needs. They'll click on the advert and buy the item. The bidding function allows you to buy space on the website. You can fine-tune your bidding process so that you are buying at the rate that you're happy with. The cost is very, very reasonable, and you get a very high amount of impressions, and that's constantly driving the message home about your brand. we've got our sights firmly set on becoming the #1 global sound company. And Taboola is incredibly important for us as we go on to our next step.
As you can imagine, we are very proud of that because we're really able to partner with small and medium enterprise and make it right. Few more points. How do we do this? The power of data. I would like to show you Taboola Trends, which is a tool that is available to all of you, which basically we are exposing the power of the artificial intelligence and data to be able to understand what people are willing to engage with when it comes to content and creative. So here you can see that, where's my mouse? You can see that, we have different categories, and here the point is users are more likely to click on black and white pages than color pages in English. But if I pull, let's say, content, and we look into Australia, and these are all data, updated like yesterday. So see, pictures with animals are more likely to be clicked than no animals. Text, no text, you get the gist, right? Distance and so forth. So any campaign that you will run your customers will run, we can use this tool available to be able to help them drive the best performance in terms of click-through rate, which is ultimately conversion to their web pages, with the best creative. And the same we do it, we can do different categories, different platforms, different languages. If I change it, like if I put all countries and I change a language, we can do it, let's say, Thai. This is an example. And for Thai, we'll see. It's kind of interesting. We play with it all the time because, different people, different countries react with the same kind of things in a completely different way, which is counterintuitive because generally we work with a creative agency. They produce the material for us, and then we run in multiple countries. Well, the AI tells us in real time what actually people do in Thailand or in India, different or in different languages than than we would expect. And then all of this, it's powered by our platform called Backpage. Fully transparent. It's a media platform similar to the one you will use, Google and Facebook, and fully transparent in all the dimensions, where the traffic goes, where people click, which are the sites that convert the most, time of the day, countries, platforms, mobile, web, fully transparency on pricing. That gives basically the capacity, as the video was saying, to be able to upbid, downbid different things to be able to drive the performance. In the platform, I'd like to point out that we also have not only the creative suite and the trends, but also get images. So you will be able to basically serve to your clients a full catalog of images from Getty, and to run their campaigns, which is pretty handy for SMB, where they need to be able to find sources to find nice creatives. So between the creatives and the copy, which is basically what Trends will help with, they are be able to leverage the huge amount of data that we have to drive the performance. I think I would like to leave it here. If you have any questions, please let me know.
It was not. Okay. Oh, yeah, you weren't using the mic, sorry.
Sorry, I was saying that we have partnership in the US and in Germany, and then soon we will start in Belgium. Then of course we'll like the opportunity to do more partnership in Asia as well.
Anything else? Otherwise, we're up at the end of the day, and we want to give everyone a little bit of time to get back to their rooms and freshen up, and we're going to meet at 6:45 in the lobby. And Lynn mentioned to me to remind you not to wait outside because there's 2 different entrances and you don't want to wait at the wrong one. So meet inside the lobby at 6:45 for dinner. And any other? Oh, okay. So maybe a little earlier than that. 6:45 sharp if you want to catch the last bus. Thank you very much, Daniele.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Great day, everyone. Thanks for hanging in, and we will see you at dinner. And for those of you who don't make dinner, we'll see you tomorrow morning.